What's up, everybody? This is the ABCs of the ASR10 with Dick Hi-Fi. We're going to be going a little more in depth today with some more concepts about layers. I show you how we stack those up and how we can build our instruments and just get really creative with it. So what we're going to do is going to sample this sound. I found a sound that I liked for this purpose. It's kind of an orchestral sound, high and not very rhythmic at all. Perfect for building some kind of melodic instrument. So we're going to sample in just a mono sample here through the left. There's the sound I want. That's enough to play with right now. I'm going to put it right there in the middle. Just out of habit, I guess. All right, so now what I'm going to do is there's two ways to do this. We could sample the same thing again into it in another layer, or we could just copy this layer, which I'm going to do. So we're going to go to Command Layer, Copy Layer. Yes, to unnamed instrument, same instrument. We only got one in there, so yeah, that's where we're going. Params only. No, I'm going to copy the parameters and the data, just in case I want to edit them really independently. So there. So essentially what I've done is sampled that same thing into another layer here. It's taken up twice the amount of space, but that's all right. So that's what we did. Now we have two layers. These layers, the difference between samples, wave samples and layers, wave samples live within the layer lives within the instrument. Wave samples you're not going to be playing simultaneously. Layers, as indicated by name, they're stacked on top of each other, so you can play these things together. So it sounds like the same thing, it sounds a little louder, but actually it's playing two different things, and you'll see that. I'll show that. I'll edit one of the wave samples, just the starting point, and you'll see where it. You can see how. Or I'll edit the pitch. That's probably a little more. You hear the two different pitches in there. You hear that? So I'm editing one, so you can hear that we're playing two different samples there together just by pressing this key. So you can imagine what the complexity this can lead to. Now, like on any parameter on the ASR, I just did a whole bunch of modifying with the slider. As long as my cursor didn't leave from under there, if I want to go back to the original, all I do is press cancel, and it's going to go back to where it was. That works pretty much with any option on here, any parameter. As long as you don't leave that feature, you can just hit 0 and it goes back to where you had it previously. So there we are. So I'm going to leave it right there, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to fine pitch it like up, just so it's got a little texture to it. Now I'm going to go ahead and still working on that second wave. I'm going to go to loop bidirection. You know what the first thing I'm going to no sample start. Let's see. That sounds really cool. Because they're not starting at the exact same place, but they're so close, it gets a little chorusing effect. Like I said, you can do a lot of different stuff. All right, we're going to go, all right, so the loop start. Pretty short, close to the head, kind of a short loop. Smaller even. So you can hear both of those samples playing. They're doing different things. I'm going to go the first layer, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put it in a bidirectional loop. It's going to be different though, so sample in there, loop start. So you just put this somewhere where you think you're going to like it. You can adjust it later because you probably won't. nice stack up. Now, let's say I don't want to be able to play a chord. I want one note to defeat the other note. I want it to cancel out the other note, which is really useful like when you're doing drums and stuff too. So we're going to go to Edit, Layer, and where it goes to, we got glide time, glide mode. You're going to put it on legato. Now one key is going to cancel the other key out. Oh, you're not hearing it twice because I have two separate layers. So we go to layer 2, edit layer, put that in legato. You hear that? The other wave sample is not playing underneath it. It goes back to it when I let that up. Very useful to know. So with that stuff that I just showed you, you can get very creative. Take any sound, experiment with all kinds of stuff. Low sounds, high sounds, stack a low sound with a high sound. Just go crazy. Make sounds with the ASR. Don't buy sounds, make sounds. All right. So until next time, y'all have fun with that.